Hi, my name is Vishesh, and I am the Chief Executive Officer of Team Nudge. So, given our previous idea, we have decided to go through a pivot. Uh, our previous idea actually had a bunch of challenges that we were facing, though the idea was sound as a standalone concept. We faced a lot of technical challenges in terms of feasibility, in terms of gaming the system and cheating the idea. And also, after speaking to a bunch of mentors, we decided to move away from this because of the inadequate market potential and need of this idea. Then we decided to pivot to solve a universal problem that me and my team have been developing for the last month. And we've been ideating and talking to a lot of people and have come to the conclusion that this is what we would all feel comfortable going forward with. So the problem that we face today is the photo storage in Google or iPhones or any kind of phones affects everyone. Existing solutions right now are inadequate, and these companies don't no longer want to create these solutions. And this actually resonates to us a lot because market validation is done through a personal pain point of ours, of the team. So the universal pain points, our average user basically has 10,000 plus photos that was done by research. 90% are screenshots, duplicates, low quality ones, just bad photos, bad lighting. They can't decide whether to keep them or delete them. They're constantly hitting storage limits. I personally have 5 Gmail accounts, and on my iPhone, I hit the iCloud storage in about 3 months. And paying $3 to $10 a month for storage just seems really, really painful. So the current solutions, Google Photos, is completely confusing, and we don't know which is being saved on the cloud, which is being saved on the device. We hit a rock bottom there. And then manual organization takes hours. And if I delete everything, I have the fear of losing all important memories. So these solutions are where they are because these big companies like Apple and Google profit from these current solutions. So what we are thinking of building is to build a BYOS model, so everyone gets 15 GB of Google Drive solution, Google Drive space, and 5 GB of iCloud. And our app basically uses AI to organize photos already that are there in their account. So we only store metadata, they actually store the photos. So we have a three-tier organization system that we've developed. One is the workspace. So it's a 30-day buffer for unlimited storage of photos for the last 30 days. In good quality, which will be saved on the cloud in the workspace. The other storage tier is the vault, where permanent storage for important memories happen. So it's basically where the photos that you want to save from a trip, from an event, or from some kind of a function that you've attended are stored in the vault permanently on the cloud in the actual size. And then there's archive, which are photos like screenshots, blurry photos, bad lighting that you do need, but you don't really need in the maximum storage size, which are compressed 30 to 70% from AI and are saved on the cloud. So these photos in the workspace after 30 days are deleted. They're either saved on the device storage, saved on the vault, or saved in the archive on the cloud. So this is basically done by our reinforcement learning model that understands the user's needs, understands the user's activity, and decides which photos to save and which photos to throw out. So diving deep into how this happens is if a face detection happens, if you have a good smile, scene classification based on the lighting, quality analysis based on the overall color and texture of the photo, and then this is basically rule based initially, and then machine learning models later on. Another feature that we're looking to develop is one key feature that has been missing from the ecosystem for a very long time, which is cross-platform sharing between iPhone and Android via cloud links. So we basically are going to develop an airdrop, but not just constricted to the Apple ecosystem, but also advancing into the iPhone, Android ecosystem cross sharing, which is as easy as sharing on AirDrop, but not chunking down the data or like reducing the pixels of the photos and actually sending it over P2P via a technology called WebRTC, which is used by an open source platform called Snapdrop. So we will be using that technology as well on our app. Right now, we have a privacy first policy where photos actually stay in the user's Google Drive account. So users don't have to trust our cloud service, and we're not providing any cloud service. and we never see or store any actual photos, and users maintain the full control of their photos. So the market potential is huge. There are 4 billion smartphone users. Every person has an average of 2,000 to 5,000 photos, and it's a growing 20% year on year market as the camera quality improves. As every iPhone comes out, we see this number increasing. And then the cloud storage market is $10 billion plus annually, and photo management app is a subset of productivity tools. So we have a competitive advantage because we're not competing with Google Photos or Apple, because they wouldn't ever develop a technology like this because they are earning money from it basically. And it's a privacy first approach that builds trust because we don't provide a cloud. And the revenue potential is huge because if we even have a 1% market capture at $5 a month for a subscription based unit, and we have 10 million users, we realistically make 30 million ARR in the first 5 years, or in the first 3 years, sorry. So our business model is simple. We have a free tier, which is connecting your Google account, zero storage costs. Then we have a paid tier. So it's how we connect multiple cloud accounts. So Dropbox, Google, iCloud, all of these are connected together. So that we charge for that. And then advanced AI features, priority support, and unlimited moments. So moments is basically a feature where you could create a moment with a bunch of people in the same location, and they could upload photos on there, and you could view everyone's photos together. Then the unit economics is, if we calculate the cost of cloud and just the development cost, it's 0.001. So it's 99% margin. And then at 100K users, we make 50K revenues and $100 costs. So it's bootstrap friendly. It's completely VC optional, and we don't need heavy funding for this, and just developmental and uh, talent costs. So the technical feasibilities, these are the proven technologies. We're going to use React Native, Firebase, Google Drive API for the MVP. We have multiple successful BYOS products, just like Notion. We want this to be like how Notion was to note taking. We want this product to be what Notion was to note taking to photo storage applications. Scalability wise, metadata only storage scales efficiently. Google handles the photo storage and CDN, and we have a serverless architecture for cost efficiency in the start. So the timeline we're looking at is weeks 1 to 4 will be Google Drive integration and basic sharing, which is the cross-platform proximity share technology that we're looking to develop between Android and iOS. And then weeks 5 to 8 will be testing out features like event moments and collaborative albums. And then week 9 to 12 will be storage tiers, AI triage, and launch after week 12. So in the next 3 to 4 months, we are looking at a good MVP launch. Should be by mid April or early April or end March, and we will iterate based on user feedback every 4 weeks. So the use of funds, the SGD 500 that we've received from SEP graciously, we have used around $130 of it on AI subscriptions. Further, we'll be using Google Platform credits for $200. We'll also require a Firebase starter plan for $100, an Apple developer account for 99 a year, and a Google Play developer account for 25. Then design and assets, we'll need Figma Pro, or we are actually using Mobin right now, so we could discuss on that costing. Then we are using stock assets and icons for $50. And then for market testing and marketing and user interview incentives, we're looking at a collective amount of $250 to $300. And then marketing and launch for landing page and initial paid ads, we're looking at $400, and we're keeping $200 in contingency. And our next immediate steps would be to begin the Google Drive API authentications, test with users, and test the success metrics that we've set for ourselves. So we're currently looking for an AI technical co-founder, and we have a team of myself, a business co-founder, and a technical co-founder who's experienced in backend. We are looking for a person with good experience in AI and ML, and our goal is to have a PMF by the end of 12 weeks. I hope you've been updated on our progress for Nudge, and we will keep you updated over the next few weeks. Thank you so much for this opportunity again to be part of this excellent incubator program, and we look forward to having more meetings and collaborations like this. Thank you.